Hello, everyone. We are back with Dr. Tayab. How's the family been, man? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you as well. The family has been good, but just hanging around with this new crazy stuff happening.
Yeah, I could tell the audience needed a person to listen to, and I could tell you're the best option. Now, the big question is how long will this last for, and how did Ebola originate?
Well, I don't think it'll last as long as a year. We just need to ensure that no one is infected, as this is one of the most deadliest viruses ever. I've actually prepared a slideshow if I can present it. So let's go to the first slide on description. Many people are curious about how Ebola came to be, and the first time it was detected was in 1976. The name Ebola comes from the Ebola River. The virus was discovered in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, a Central African country where cases were fast increasing. The virus may infect people as well as non human animals like apes and monkeys. It is a member of the Fivli virus family, which means it may cause hemorrhagic fever in people. The majority of outbreaks occur in Africa, and the first North African to be infected was discovered on a return journey home after a vacation to Africa. As a result of unsuitable equipment for the infection, the individual conveyed the illness onto a doctor who was treating them. This is leading into the next topic on how it spread. The Ebola virus was one of the most powerful and lethal viruses ever discovered on the planet. Approximately 29,000 individuals died as a result of the illness, which also killed almost 12,000 others. The fatality rate is about 45%, which is quite high when compared to other viruses. COVID, for example, has a fatality rate of 3.4%. Ebola was quite easy to spread since it merely required intimate contact with another individual. It spreads through an infected person's blood, as well as other bloodly fluids, and whether the infected person uses and whatever the infected person uses. Healthcare personnel caring for the sick are an easy route for the virus to spread, even if they take all the necessary measurements. It is still extremely harmful to them. The symptoms of Ebola can be one of the most dreadful experiences imaginable, with some even comparing them to dying. Ebola symptoms generally occur 2 to 20 days after a person comes into contact with the virus. Hemorrhagic fever, headache, diarrhea, vomiting, and significant internal bleeding, as well as bloodshot eyes, are all signs of Ebola. Some people may have bloody diarrhea and vomit blood. If things go bad after a few days of infection, serious adverse effects include internal bleeding and death. There are a number of symptom combinations that might indicate whether you have EVD or not. If you come in contact with someone who has caught the virus and any bloodly fluids were exchanged and you begin to develop symptoms after the interaction, you have most likely contracted the virus. If you have recently come into contact with someone who has EVD, you may have gotten the virus that caused the symptoms. Blood samples collected from the ill individual can be used to determine whether or not the person has Ebola. Another way of diagnosis is PRC. This technology is used to identify viral particles in the circulation in order to determine whether or not the virus is present. Oral fluids can be used to screen for the virus in patients who have also refused blood testing. Currently, there is no cure for Ebola. However, research is still being done for one. Oh, I am so sorry, guys. I forgot to flip the switch. I flipped the screen, but we're on treatment. There are four strands of the Ebola virus. However, the vaccine is only effective to one of the strands, known as Zaire Ebola virus. This vaccine is only effective for humans and not other species. Statistics show that following the vaccine, minimal people have contracted the virus, showing that the vaccine is effective. Vaccine is expected to take effect and develop antibodies nearly 14 days after a first dose. Duration of effect of the vaccine is unknown as of now. Even with the vaccine out, the best treatment that is recommended is not to travel places where the virus is present. Protection protection against other strains of Ebola virus is still being studied.